basically stopped before, but I will try to continue this session till I will not leave to code. But let me just explain you what I have did right now. So basically I'm getting some API response for the status is showing identity or right there, and I can show you that what changes I basically did into this response for the status. So I will show you the API get route.ts where my endpoint lies here, and I have changed these format for the sending response into this plain object element, the mode one and the current mode for the user. So let me just create an endpoint service to get the response, the mode, so I can render the current status onto these containers. uh, yeah, so yeah, I need to change their values so they can get the current status and show the values accordingly, these statuses. And for that I have to make an service file and a hook file for managing their response into the relative hook states. So for that I will create another uh, service file, current identity status dot ts. Okay, so uh, must get current for status for showing identity, that obviously going to be asynchronous function, and right there I will send a signal that I will take from more props, and right there this is going to be a promise. This will obviously going to return a promise, and the promise is going to be a type of the mode response that I have right there, the mode response for all network. So let me just use that right there, mode response for overall network. uh, Mode response for overall network. Okay, so a try catch block here, the response, Axios that get and endpoints. Okay, so the endpoint is going to be the for API and get current status for showing identity. So let me just complete this get current status for showing identity, and I'll send a signal here and return the response dot data, and the error is going to be the type of Axios error as Axios error API response. No, not the API response. I will okay, so if Axios error dot code is equals to error cancelled, mm, return success false, message or request failed here. Let me just import this Axios error from the Axios library. Okay, so I have to send a mode as a false to be a fallback here. So yeah, let me just check another condition that if it have the response, I will simply return the data into the response. Axios error dot response dot data. Okay, so at the final check I will simply return the success false. Message is going to be the network error, at final, and the will be the uh, mode will be the false is a fallback here. So let me just export this service function. uh, get status for showing identity. Yeah, I have to import this Axios from Axios library. So let me just import that one, and let me just write an interface for mode props. Okay, so that includes a signal basically here, type of port signal, and into the index. Let me just export this from the index from the root folder. uh, yeah, export. Get mode status is accepting, not get mode status. Okay, is not accepting. Get all my current identity status. Okay, current identity status, where it is. Yeah, this one. And let me just import this Axios. Oh no, that why it is not. Let me just Axios. Oh, I misspelled that mistakenly. Okay, so yeah, I had to make an hook file of current identity status. Yeah, this one. And const I use identity status. I will create a boolean state for storing the mode value which we are getting from this endpoint. And let me just check is that my streaming is on to a live or not. So yeah, you guys can see that I am currently live here. And let me just run the background music. So okay, let me just create a mode for getting current identity status. So yeah, this one. And react dot, I have to import the react from, let me just import that react from react here. And react dot use state, that will be a boolean value, and initially it will also doesn't false. Okay, so is loading for getting identity status. Now has to be when we have capital value. And let me just create the set function for the above one as well. And set uh, set mode here, and set is loading. Okay, set is loading. I am using the use toggle library here from the React use uh, for easily managing the loading state. Initially, it will be a false value, and I will create a global controller for making the current API call. Controller for getting is showing identity current status in react.useref about controller type or null. And initially it have a null value. So let me just create the function get current identity status. uh, that will have nothing and be a asynchronous function that makes totally sense. So try catch, not the try catch block here is loading true, and if our controller for getting dot grunt. Okay, so controller for getting dot grunt dot abort. Okay, abort here, and I will make a new control and will assign to that global controller. Controller is equals to new abort controller for dot response response wait. Okay, get current status for showing identity that is accepting the signal. Okay, so if response dot success, I will set the current mode here. uh, Set uh, response dot mode. Okay, so response, let me just import this service function. Yeah, this one. And okay, so let me just wrap into a try finally block. I'll say try, and we'll use a finally here, and is loading set loading or false. Stop loading here, and I will return some useful values like the mode value and the loading state and the function that I will use into a hook named as use state use effect hook. So whenever I go to that page, that basically render that function and get the current status for me. And let me just export this hook use identity status. Okay, so here I have to export it from the root folder index.ts file, uh, from the file name is accepting current status, accepting current status, not the current identity status. Okay, so let me just check into the views, and I will use these values there. uh, where are my views? I have these mode to do. Okay, so I will task 3, please set the modes values according new services and hooks for getting current status mode. Okay, so let me just go to the views and let me see the profile. Where are my views? There are. Okay, so here I can see I have these values I am using into the profile page, the user profile page. Let me just import these values from the new hook and launched. Okay, use identity status. Let me just got the sessions so I can easily import that hook. Okay, so the suggestions. Okay, yeah, I can now I can easily send these values into the proper profile board to see the what is the current status of the user modes, like he's showing his real identity or not, is whether it is accepting messages or not. So let me see that whether I am streaming the live session or not. uh, it stopped automatically. Yeah, I am still live. So that's great. Okay, so let me just go to the user profile here. Okay, so let me change the panel position. And okay, so from here I think I can change the position here. Yeah, that's what I actually want right now. So I'll just go to the console section and that console. Why I'm not, I can't expand that console from here. Can I so okay, so let me just change the position to the default one. And yeah, I can see the logs here by calling the this function from the API, from the use effect hook. So let me just create a use effect here, and let me just call it with an empty dependency. So this one, and the so okay, and let me just export. uh, Get mode is accepting. Here are my hooks. Current status. Okay. Use get current is accepting messages. Let me just import the use effect from the React hooks. And okay, Okay.